I'm gonna give you the list of chemicals that you need to equip yourself with. They are kind of basic, they are kind of also affordable, and this is to make sure that you, even you small scale farmer, you can manage to practice and do your tomato farming and earn some income plus make some profit. My name is Kelvin Wairimo from Farmworks Kenya. Farmworks Kenya is an agricultural solutions center where we offer farmers with realistic solutions to their daily farming challenges. Now, if you're new here, kindly make sure that you've subscribed and also don't forget to share this with other farmers. We say our aim is to empower as many farmers as possible. Now, with no much ado, let's get to the basics and the list of chemicals that you need from day one to harvesting. Now, tomato farming is kind of divided into several stages. There is the seedbed stage, or where you plant your seedlings, you manage it before transplanting. Then there is the transplanting stage. After transplanting, then there is now the management stage where you now control the pests and diseases. And the common pests here being the tuber zorita and the white flies, and the common diseases, of course, being the bacterial spots and the worst of all, which we call the late and early blight. Now, I'm gonna give you now all these chemicals that you need, how you can use them, when they are used, and how they tend to help your crop at the various stages. To begin with, at stage one, this is where you bought your seeds and you are preparing yourself now to plant them on the already prepared seed bed. There are farmers who may prefer at this stage to soak their seeds with some kind of hormone or a foliar to aid in germination. Now, that foliar fertilizer is what we often call the city shooter. Now, this one is kind of a growth hormone, yes, and it's organic. And the main hormone on it is the cytokinins and the auxins. This mostly tends to stimulate the shoot and the root growth. And that's why we usually tell farmers it's a good one. You can apply it. You can also repeat the application once per week on the seedbed. This will fasten the growth. Yes. Now, once you've done that, there's also something else you need at this stage. You also need an insecticide that will kill cutworms in the soil. Yes, these are pests that tend to destroy your seedlings as they come out from the soil. That insecticide, the most preferred of all that I love using myself is the Thunder. This one, Thunder insecticide. Now this one from Bayer. Now these are it's 100 ml, or often costs around 950 shillings to 1,000 shillings. Though there is also a smaller piece, yes, a one pump piece that you can dilute with the 20 liters. Yes, this one. That often costs to around 150 shillings. Yeah, this one. This is 10 ml. And yes, the dilution rate is 10 ml per 20 liters of water. It's a very good and very strong insecticide that will kill all the cutworms in the soils that may destroy your seedlings as they grow. This one you just need to apply it maybe once or twice along the 4 to 6 week of the seedling stage. Now, tomatoes, they are highly affected by blight, or what most people often call baridi. Now, to control it, we most of the time use fungicides. And at this stage, the most common used is Ridomil Gold. Yes, this one. This is the Ridomil Gold, the small sachet, the 50 grams, often diluted with 20 liters of water. Though it also comes with the 1 kg. Is the big one. This is the 1 kg. This 1 kg. So at this stage, you cannot apply the complete rate of 50 grams per 20 liters of water. Now, for my sake and for the fear that maybe some may get destroyed by these fungicides, I often try to use the half dose. That is 25 grams per 20 liters of water, and then I apply. And the application is I usually like doing it from the 4th week going henceforth. That's the most safest part of doing it. But before then, you can prevent your seedlings from being affected by all this cold or chilly or rainy weather by providing a shade or a shelter like this will also help. Yes. Also, at this stage, remember, we shall tell farmers to hasten the germination. You can cover your seed bed with a black paper or maybe a sack or some grass. This will also hasten the germination of the seeds through the increase of the warmth in the soil. So these are the chemicals that now you can use at the first stage, that is the seedlings establishment stage. After your seedlings have grown well, 6 weeks, and they are ready to be transplanted, on the eve of transplanting, this is where there is great key. On the eve of transplanting, and I want you, tomato farmer, to listen very clearly. On the eve of transplanting, that is the last day for you to transplant now tomorrow, apply this Ridomil Gold at 50 grams per 20 liters of water. For my sake, I've seen it help with damping off, and especially after transplanting my seedlings. Okay, so it's often good. Damping off is kind of disease that you find that after you've transplanted your seedlings, they are kind of drying. They're at the base of the crop, around almost near the root base. You find that they are wetting and then drying off. So those are mostly caused by that process is often caused by the wilting. The, the damping off is often caused by, most of the time, excess watering. So you have to watch out the excess watering, and even sometimes it can be transmitted through seeds or from one crop to the other. So to prevent it, make sure that you've used the Ridomil Gold. After you've transplanted your seedlings, the first thing that you do, you repeat the application of this city shooter. This one will help in stress management. And by stress management, I mean that disturbance of the crop, it will help for it to gather well and also establish well, and also develop new roots to absorb now the new nitrogen, phosphorus, in the soil for faster growth. Also, don't forget, because you applied manure, there might be some cutworms. Don't forget to repeat the application of the under. This one, we do it through drenching. So once you do the drenching, this one will kill all the cutworms in the soil and prevent total loss or even some extent of loss from it. So there are some of the best chemicals that you can use. Once that one is done and your crops have grown well, the tomato plants have established very well, now you come to the stage of disease and pest management. And the most frustrating pest is tutor absoluta and white flies. Personally, for good results and for effective control, I prefer starting my application early. And by early, I mean at least 4 weeks after transplanting. Yes, that is whether I've seen the signs and symptoms or not. Because once you see these signs of tutor and white flies in the crop, it means that the population is high, and it's just like a matter of few time they explode in terms of population and increase. So to prevent all that, I prefer preventively to start applying these chemicals early, so that it will be cost effective, such that I won't use a lot of chemicals in controlling them, and then also I won't have some destruction of the crops or even the fruits. There are several chemicals that you can use. I prefer using these ones, but I also add a few which are not on this display. Now, the number one that you can use, and one that I really love so much of late, is Emalon, that you see from Kenagro. This one is Emalon. Okay, it's a very good insecticide that you can use in controlling Tuta absoluta. It's a very good effective insecticide, and it works. It tends to work wonders and tend to work very well. It also helps in controlling thrips. Yes. So, and the rate of application is, imagine it's just 10 ml per 20 liters of water. So these are like 10 pumps in all of them. Then another one that I love using is Tihan and Belt. These one are also very effective in controlling both Tuta absoluta and white flies. I don't have Belt with me, but I have Tihan from there. This one, it's a very good effective insecticide for the control of Tuta absoluta in tomatoes. Then the other one that is good and also very effective is Profile from Green Life. This one, it's also a very good insecticide for controlling both white flies and even some, yeah, white flies, especially white flies and thrips in tomatoes. So how do I do? I prefer now I can do a combination of maybe these two. I can do Emalon and do Green Life. I do Profile, or I can do Tihan and Profile. This one is very good for white flies, and these other two are very good for Tuta absoluta. So I can do the combination and start the application quite early to prevent. Then remember, in all these applications, it's always good to add a sticker or a spreader. I prefer using aquawet, though in all these chemicals there are bigger volumes, that is 500 ml, 250 ml, and even 1 liter. I prefer using this aquawet in all my applications. It helps in spreading and also in aiding the chemical to stick on the crop. So make sure that in all your applications you add this sticker or spreader. Now with that, remember, as your crop grows, you also need to feed it. But before we come to feeding, let's check on this disease. Let's check on bacterial spot and also blight. Personally, I love also preventing blight early. So my best options has always been Score and Lidomil Gold. So here I have Score. It's a very good one. And then I combine it with Lidomil Gold. Yes, I combine them and I do application maybe once in every 2 weeks. Now this one will help in preventing any infection of blight and even the black spots. Yes, it's a very good combination of controlling broad fungal diseases, and I've seen them very effective in all my uses. Now, there's a new chemical that I met. I don't know whether it's new, but it's a copper. Now, why I use copper sometimes it's to help stop the spread once they are affected, but I try as much as possible to ensure that they are not affected. So, but once they are affected, I try to apply copper. There is this pillar cop from Gromate. It's a very good one, a solution copper-based fungicide. You can also apply this. This is Isacop from Trigger Chemicals. It's a good copper that you can also apply to stop the spread once they are affected. Now, with these copper-based fungicides, on my experience, kindly apply them singly. The only thing you can add is the sticker. Don't mix with other insecticides because it can really mess you up. Then the other thing, try to apply them at least 50 days and above from the date of transplanting. I've seen some few farmers who tend to apply them early and then they tend to cause some stunted growth. So try to apply them early so that you try not to apply them early to prevent that act of stunted growth. At least apply these copper fungicides from 50 to 60 days after transplanting. Now, besides you applying the fertilizers, the DAP, the CN, and the NPK, you can also apply this foliar feed. I have here with me Hylich. It's a good NPK foliar feed with 24-24-20 ratio. So this one, I love applying from, let's say, 2 weeks after transplanting. So I mix it with my mixture of loud spray so that As I control the pests and the fungal diseases, I also feed the crop. And this one you can do 30 ml per 20 liters of water. The Isacop, it's around 50 grams per 20 liters of water. Then once your crop has started flowering or to produce those small flowers, I love using this Zimbo. It's a combination of zinc and boron, zinc 30% and boron 20%. This is to prevent my flowers from aborting. Yes. So for you farmers who have problem of fruit and flower abortion, it's always good to apply Zibo or boron rich for your feed. This will prevent flower and fruit abortion. Something else but I don't have here with is the use of calcium rich for your feed. These one tend to prevent fruit disorders and especially blossom end rot. This is the rotting of the fruit tip caused by most of the time deficiency of calcium. Okay, then from there, another that I can use, mostly I use this one before the fruit starts flowering. This is Pure. It's a very, very good one, and you can also use it during the seedling establishment or even after transplanting. Now, these two, the high reach and also the steam pure, I love using them before the fruit start flowering. Once they start flowering, I stop using this nitrogen rich foliar feed so that they don't produce a lot of leaves and less of fruit. So now, farmers, this is the combination of all the chemicals that I love to use and that I use. If you have more that you use or you've used in your tomato farming, kindly share. Also, if you may need any of these chemicals, we also do sell from our farm shop. I will leave a link on description below that you can order through the WhatsApp, and also we can manage to send it as a parcel. If you also have another question on tomato farming, feel free to drop it on the comment section. Now, thank you for watching, and let me see you next. For those farmers who are doing tomato farming, feel free to share the chemicals that you are using to control these